Covering music-related content of all genres. If it filters through Eastern Texas, it's fair game. Y'all bring it. From Texarkana down to the coast and Dallas down to Houston and everything in between. We are ETX ROCKS!
Hit the brakes!
Cut! Thank you guys for listening to another episode of ETX ROCKS with Boston Chris. Before we get to our next guest this week, I just wanted to tell you about our sponsor for this episode. He is an award-winning author located right here in East Texas by the name of Edward Hancock II. Edward Hancock II writes the Mendez series of detective thrillers that are based right here in East Texas in the city of Longview. Edward likes to give that local feel that you can't get from novels that are written and based in big cities like New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. If you're interested in looking up Edward Hancock and his great books, check out his webpage at edwardhancockii.com or go to his Facebook, which is facebook.com/author Edward Hancock II. Check out the Mendez series of detective thrillers written by Edward Hancock II. Hey y'all, and welcome to a brand new episode of the ETX ROCKS podcast. We're really excited. This is our very first full-length live podcast recording, and we're out here. We want to thank our sponsor, Malden Productions. We're sitting here at Studio 333 in Bullard, Texas, and you can check out Malden Productions at maldenprod.com. This is a state-of-the-art facility where you can have your music mixed and mastered by a seasoned professional, Mr. Chad Malden. And we also want to thank...
Who's that?
That's you!
Oh,
And we also want to thank Neil Laney with Neil's Guitars and More in Kilgore, Texas, on North Longview Street for sponsoring this first ever live podcast. And of course, we're sitting here with one member each of three bands that are performing at a huge show Saturday night, September 3rd at Clicks Live in Tyler. We have Walter Lee with Rockett Queen.
Hello.
We have Jeremiah Anson with Victims of Sanity.
Hola.
Who you guys might recognize from episode 5 with Victims of Sanity. And we have Tim Taylor from PanikDevice.
Hello, hello.
So this is a huge show. You guys, of course, also ever since December is also performing that night. How did this show come together with four incredible, talented local bands?
Well, anytime that Rockett Queen plays Tyler, we like to... The most important thing for us is to play with people that we like, we get along with, and getting off the last tour that we did, we haven't played Tyler in a while.
Right.
So, of course, I've been working with PanikDevice on a new record that they're putting out that's just going to be phenomenal. So they were a no-brainer.
Right.
And we've been trying to get together with Victims for a while, and we finally found a gap in their schedule that worked out, and they were on, and I had gotten word that friends of mine in Broken Silence had put together their new project, and they were gracious enough to come out to open up the show. So, I mean, we're just very fortunate to have all of our friends in one building at one time.
Right.
With just amazing.
And I know
bands.
Rockett Queen just had an album release, Goodnight California, and you guys just got off tour with Scott Stapp. How did that go?
It went really, really well. We re-released Goodnight California almost a year ago now. And for the last 6 months, we've been going out and coming home on tour with Scott.
Right.
And I mean, it couldn't have gone any better. Like, the guys were all super, super good to us. Their fans were super gracious and open to what we do, and they've all embraced us.
Well, I've been following you guys on Facebook, and a lot of the people that were going to the shows were more impressed with you guys than they were with the main eventer. And
dude, those venues were packed.
I know.
Yeah, full house.
We saw the pictures.
Yeah, those pictures I saw, dude, that's incredible.
Oh, it was so fun. Like I mean, let's not. I don't know. I don't know if they were more impressed with us than Scott. I doubt that. I mean, that's a nice thought, but
I'm just going by what I was seeing on Facebook.
I saw it. Well, you'd have to look at Scott's Facebook because it blows up.
That's true.
Pretty heavily. Like, those people would not have been there if it wasn't for Scott Stapp. Of course. So, but I mean, they like I said, they embraced us with arms wide open.
Somebody get on the drums.
That's a long running joke, and but No, I mean, it's great, man. Like I said, if it wasn't for those guys, we wouldn't have been there. And they've been super, super good to us. And, you know, we couldn't be any more grateful, you know, for such good people to take us out.
And is this your first, like your homecoming show? Is this the first one back in East Texas?
Yeah, pretty much. I think in the middle of the second tour, we came home and did a quick show. But since we've been back, this is our homecoming show. Awesome.
And I know you guys have gone through some lineup changes as well.
We'll see. Yeah, our original guitar player, I say original, our last guitar player, he just got married, and we just went to his wedding, and it just beautiful, and so he's staying at home. He's not going to tour, so we've got a new guitar player named Zach Terry,
right?
Who used to play bass for the Ali Venable band, right. And he is just a monster guitar player, like blew me away. So it was just a no-brainer. He had to be the guy. But this show, this will be his final show as the guitar player.
Awesome.
But you never know with Rockett Queen. We've always got some.
Right.
We've always got something up our sleeves,
right.
and you really never know what's going to happen when you show up at a show. So.
Right. Well, first, I mean, I do want to congratulate you guys with Rockett Queen for your nomination for 2016 Rock Band of the Year at the East Texas Music Awards. And of course, Zach has two different nominations as well. One is bass, one is guitar.
Yeah. Multi-instrumentalist.
I think he's one of two or three that have two different instrument nominations, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And I know Victims of Sanity just had a record come out as well. Tell us a little bit about the record and where people can find it. And
it's been a long work in progress. We originally started with the man, Walter. It was our first studio experience. It didn't quite go as well as we had planned, but we probably got some works in the future.
You guys did awesome.
Well, yeah, I liked it.
But you guys might be the only band in the history of bands that started a record project and had it derailed by a plane crash and then come back to it afterwards.
Yeah, that was our second attempt, and it's taken us a long time. I think with what we got, we're all happy with it, and that's the most that we can ask for.
Right.
Is every member of the band be excited, enthusiastic, and want to push the word and not be like, no, you don't want to hear this, you know.
Right.
I heard it. It's good.
Yeah, thank you.
It's great.
It's great. Well, I appreciate it.
Well, it's you guys gave us a copy of that during the show when y'all were here last time, and it stayed in our CD. It has stayed in our CD player in the car ever since. It's one of the. I guess we have a turntable of 6 or whatever. So,
how quaint. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, and the thing is all 6 of those spots are taken up by a local band or artist or whatever.
It's been like I said, it's been a long process. It's about 2 years in the making, and we're finally able to get it pushed out and to the public, and try to spread the word about it. And within that time, now we have a whole bunch of new stuff too to record. So,
are you guys fixing to work on a new record?
Yeah, I think we're going to go with the single for right now and just start pushing the single.
Right.
Again, it's a working process.
And where can people find? Where can people purchase a copy of the VOS CD?
You can purchase a copy of the VOS album on victimsofsanity.com. You can listen to the music on Facebook, Victims of Sanity, or Reverb Nation, Victims of Sanity.
Very cool. And are there digital copies out there too, like Spotify and places like that?
In order to help us get out of debt a little bit, we haven't done the digital stuff quite yet. We want to sell physical copies. So you want to help a band out. That's the best thing you can do, is to actually buy their album, instead of download. I mean, it's going to be inevitable. We're going to be on iTunes and Spotify. And you're going to be able to buy your song for $99 to $1.99 each song.
Right.
But the physical copies are what we're focusing on right now.
Yeah, because that puts money directly into your pockets.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And PanikDevice, Tim Taylor's here with PanikDevice.
Yes, sir.
Walter had mentioned that you guys are now working on. Is this going to be your first album as well?
Yes, sir.
I got to tell you that I know you weren't there. I think you were somewhere, but we had seen PanikDevice with Dustin and the other 2 guys down in White House.
I was in Boston that weekend.
Yeah, you were in Boston. That's right.
That's right.
city Boston.
That's it.
But yeah, we saw PanikDevice out there for the first time, and man, you guys bring a lot of energy.
Thank you.
So, how long have you guys been working on the album, and when might you think it might be out?
The album's been in progress for a little while. I have been on board for about 4 or 5 months now, and everything just feels comfortable. It feels right. It feels great. And with Walter helping us, it couldn't be better right now. For PanikDevice, we look forward to this show. Third show in 3 weekends, so we hope to keep that rolling.
That's hard for a metal band too here in East Texas. I know there's not too many metal venues left in the area, so I mean 3 weekends in a row, that's pretty impressive to me.
We did Dallas one weekend, Houston the next, and now this weekend back in Tyler.
Awesome. And could you introduce the members of your band? And
Dustin Smith would be the singer, other guitar player, Richard Lackey drums, Bailey Ward on bass, and myself, Tim on guitar.
And Bailey's a lot younger than the rest of you guys, isn't he?
He is.
How'd that happen?
He's actually my stepson.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that. Yeah. He's my
that's
stepson,
pretty
and
cool.
I wanted to get him away from where he was living to a better area where I knew he could do something with music, and he just jumped right in with me, and here we are.
Very cool. And PanikDevice is located on Facebook as well. And I know you guys have that all as one word.
Yes.
And it's PanikDevice.
That's correct.
PanikDevice. So you guys make sure you go out to Facebook and give their page a like. Really high energy metal band. Victims of Sanity is what Trevor Newsom would call tolerable rock.
Tolerable. That'd be the word for it.
I will never forget that, by the way. Tolerable rock. So every time I promote you guys this episode, I always have to put tolerable rock and eating receipts.
Eating receipts.
That's right.
Yeah, Jennifer.
Yeah. So Walter and Tim have no idea, so now I know they don't listen to my
I'm
show.
like clueless. Okay. You eat all the receipts you want, but okay.
First impressions are always the most. And
Yeah. And that happened at Clicks Live too, right?
yeah. Yep.
So tell us a little bit about the venue. If there's anybody out there listening that maybe haven't been to Clicks Live, sell them on the venue and why they should come out and see you guys Saturday night.
Clicks Live is clearly the best venue in town. I mean, it's hands down. I don't care what anybody thinks. Like, it's got the best staff. It's got the best management. It's got the best sound, lighting, stage, all around. Like,
everything.
They've put so much into building it as a real live venue, not just a bar that has live music. I mean,
Right.
that's the huge distinction between like Clicks Live and
They make us locals look good.
yeah, they really do.
They really do.
They really do.
The stage is huge.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
stage is big.
You couldn't ask for better sound. Like you said, sound, light. It's just all around. Just when you're there, they take care of you. They make sure everything goes smooth. Clicks is just awesome. It's just a great
That's what
place
I
to
wanted
play.
to know. I mean, when you have a touring band like Rocket Queen and they come home, I mean, you guys could probably pick pretty much any local venue you wanted. So I wanted to know why Rocket Queen chose Clicks Live. So.
Rocket Queen shows are always at Clicks. I mean, that's just it's been our home. We've been through several different management regimes up there.
Right.
And I can tell you, obviously, now is probably the best it's ever been.
Right.
With John, he actually cares about the venue, and he cares about more than just his job. He me and him speak extensively about the scene of Tyler, Texas. What it takes to build the scene and make sure that people are like actively involved and promoting the scene as a positive and not focusing on the negative side that we can all kind of fall into. But so I mean, as a venue, man, it's just you can't beat it. Like I said, the staff, the sound is phenomenal.
Right.
So it's just it's a no-brainer.
And we haven't actually been out to Clicks Live yet. They've been a Venue of the Year award winner with us, and we're coming for the first time Saturday night to see y'all.
Nice.
If you're watching out there
Awesome.
live and you have any questions for either Walter, Jeremiah, or J-Man, as they call him in the band, or Tim Taylor, let us know. We'll ask right here on the air. We're hoping to go about 15, 20 minutes, and remember, Saturday night, September 3rd at Clicks Live. You'll get to see these 3 phenomenal bands, as well as Ever Since December, who couldn't make it today. What's up with that, by the way? Calling you out, Broken Silence, Ever Since December. So where can people find tickets? How much are they? Will they be available at the door?
Just go to the door. Go to the door. We don't really print out tickets for shows like this, but like you can just go there and get there early, because I mean, I assume it's not going to sell out, but with these guys and Ever Since December playing, you never know.
And Rockett Queen, come on.
Yeah, of course. Of course they're going to pull their crowd.
Yeah,
so.
Of course. When you don't expect a sellout, that's when you get the sellouts.
Right.
It's called being humble to success. So, are there any questions from anybody out there? Okay. So, what time do you guys start, and what's the order going to be, J-Man?
I believe 8 o'clock door opens.
I think doors are at 7, 8 o'clock. No, doors are at 8. Yeah, you called me on the spot.
Yeah.
8 o'clock, somewhere around there. If you be there around 8, you won't miss anything.
Okay.
And order will be Ever Since December. We'll open the show, and then it'll quickly roll into PanikDevice, and then we've got Victims of Sanity, main support, and then we'll close out the night.
Okay, great. And I'll give, we'll go in that same order. Tim, if you could talk to somebody out there that maybe has not heard of your band or heard your band play, tell them what you guys try to reach for sound-wise and why people should come see you Saturday night.
We, like you said, high energy. We like energy. Sound-wise, we do have a variety. We're not just stuck in one spot. You know, we like to think of it as some things are heavy, you know, whatever you want to call it, radio friendly type stuff. Just all good rock. You know, that's all I can say about it. It's just good rock. Dustin is a really good songwriter, and then Walter comes in and helps us do our thing and makes suggestions, and next thing you know, we have a great song.
Turn knobs.
I just turn knobs. That's it.
And J-Man, same question.
Yeah, we have been fortunate enough to run across a guy like Walter to kind of get us up off the ground. He's the one that got us into the scene when we were just your average garage band.
Right.
And we've been through a lot since the beginnings. I can't believe it was like 8 years ago.
Wow. That wasn't long.
No, well, not for us, but I mean, you had 8 years in already in the scene before we even knew you. Oh. I was pulling up old YouTube videos of him in his old band playing on big old stages. I'm like, Jesus, this is a guy we need a friend. But he's, again, a humble guy, great personality, and has been more than happy to help and do what he can to help bring the scene back to Tyler.
Right.
And that's
Absolutely.
I mean, as far as our music, we're kind of I keep hearing the word metal. I don't consider us metal, and it's only because of everything wrapped into what we orchestrate. The music and riffs are hard and heavy, but it all blended together. It's more of just a hard rock, a good solid hard rock.
It's tolerable.
Bingo. No,
Not
no,
tolerable.
That's not tolerable.
That's not tolerable.
Oh, okay. I wasn't clear.
So you mentioned the rock and roll scene in Tyler, and I got to say that Walter Lee and Rockett Queen have a big influence on that. And Tyler is the place to be in East Texas for rock, I think. So congratulations to you on having a big role in making that happen, Walter.
I really don't think I had anything to do with it at all, man. I'm just trying to find my place in it, just like anybody else. But luckily, I get to meet people like, I met Jeremiah, and when Richard, the drummer for PanikDevice, was in Victims of Sanity, like those were the first two that I had met.
Right.
And they were just genuine, like nice guys. Like they didn't really want anything. They just, they were just there being good people. So
that's the cool thing about the scene too, is everybody's really down to earth and supportive of each other.
Yeah, I mean, once you meet good people, you try to stay around good people,
right?
And that's why whatever they've been doing at any point, if they ever needed us, then we try to be there. And same thing for them. Anytime we've ever needed anything, they were right there to to lend a helping hand, and
Right.
with PanikDevice as well. And like I said, man, when you find good people, you try to stick around them as much as possible.
And so, for anybody that may not have heard of Rocket Queen, you're crazy, but try to describe a Rocket Queen show.
Wow. It's just lots of energy, lots of participation between the audience and the band. We try to blur that front of the stage line. You know what I mean? Like you just kind of you come and you're part of the show. We try to entertain at all points. We put a lot of energy and a lot of effort into creating a show and creating an experience instead of just going up there and playing from point A to point B. We try to really do something special and connect with people at the very least.
And one thing I know, I mean, just from watching all three of you, the bands, and also with Ever Since December, or Broken Silence as they used to be, I mean, you guys all leave it out. Everything you have out there on the stage, probably every show.
Yep.
So when you get off that stage, do you just feel like a zombie every time? I mean,
dude, I just want to go home.
Yeah.
crawl into bed and I'm done. Like most people are like, let's go hit the bar. Let's go do whatever we do. And I'm like, see you later. I'm going straight to the house.
I've got a pillow with my name on
I do.
it.
Especially when you play locally and you actually can go home.
Right.
Like that's the best. Like,
right.
I'm out.
So we want to thank Walter with
on.
Rocket Queen, J-Man with Victims of Sanity, and Tim Taylor with PanikDevice for sitting down here at beautiful Studio 333 in Bullard, Texas. You guys remember September 3rd at Clicks Live is where you want to be. Saturday night, September 3rd. Get your tickets at the door. I think it's, $5 or $6 to get in?
Somewhere around there.
It's
not too
real
expensive.
low. You guys, honestly, you'll think you would have paid like 5 times that with the amount of energy you're going to get out of this show. September 3rd, make sure you go out and support these guys. They work hard. And again, this will be one of the best rock and roll shows probably of this year, right here in Tyler, Texas. We want to thank once again Malden Productions with Chad Malden, right here at beautiful Studio 333. Check out Malden Productions at maldenprod.com and just reach out to Chad if there's a song or an album you want to put together. This guy will mix and master it for you, and it'll just be beautiful. And we also want to thank Neil Laney with Neil's Guitars and More at North Longview Street in Kilgore, Texas. Neil gives great guitar lessons with Rio Wallace and has instrument repair, instrument sales, all kinds of stuff out there. Once again, thank you to our sponsors. Thank you for tuning into the first ever live, full-length ETX Rocks podcast. Remember to keep on supporting local music, and ETX rocks.
We are ETX Rocks!